The kingdom of Nolly was a realm blessed with abundant resources, fertile lands, and bountiful seas. The people of Nolly lived in harmony with nature, and their days were filled with the laughter of children, the songs of farmers, and the rhythmic sounds of waves crashing against the golden sands. Prince Kofi, the only son of King Tond and Queen Ya, was adored by his people. With his striking features and kind heart, he was a natural leader, destined to one day rule Nolly. Yet, Kofi's heart yearned for adventure. He spent his days exploring the coastline, fascinated by the mysteries of the ocean. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Kofi noticed something unusual. The once clear waters had started to recede, and the lush fields were drying up. A mysterious drought had begun to plague the kingdom, affecting both the land and the sea. Determined to find a solution, Kofi ventured further along the coast, hoping to discover the cause of this calamity. As he walked, the sound of a hauntingly beautiful song reached his ears, carried by the wind. Drawn by the enchanting melody, Kofi followed the sound to a secluded cove he had never seen before. Hidden by tall cliffs and lush greenery, the cove seemed like a place out of a dream. The song grew louder, filling the air with its magical notes. Peering through the foliage, Kofi's eyes widened in astonishment. There, in the crystal-clear waters of the cove, was a mermaid. Her long, shimmering hair flowed like liquid gold, and her tail sparkled with iridescent scales. She sang with a voice so pure and mesmerizing that it made the prince's heart ache with longing. Not wanting to startle her, Kofi stayed hidden, returning to the cove each day to listen to her song. Over time, he learned that the mermaid's name was Adama. Her song was filled with sorrow, reflecting the woes of the sea creatures affected by the drought. One day, as the sun cast a golden glow over the water, Adama noticed Kofi watching her. Instead of fleeing, she smiled and beckoned him closer. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice as melodious as the song she sang. "I am Prince Kofi of Nolly," he replied, stepping into the light. "I've been enchanted by your song. What brings such sadness to your heart?" Adama's eyes filled with tears as she explained the plight of the sea creatures and the mysterious drought affecting both their worlds. Moved by her story, Kofi vowed to help her find a solution. As the days passed, Kofi and Adama grew closer, sharing tales of their respective worlds. Kofi spoke of the lush fields and bustling markets of Nolly, while Adama described the vibrant coral reefs and majestic sea creatures of her underwater home. One evening, under a starlit sky, Adama revealed a startling truth. "The drought is not a natural occurrence," she said softly. "It is the result of a curse cast by Nzinga, a sea witch banished from both the land and the sea." Kofi listened intently as Adama recounted Nzinga's tale. Once a powerful sorceress, Nzinga had used her magic for selfish and malicious purposes, bringing harm to both humans and sea creatures. In a rare alliance, the kingdoms of land and sea had united to banish her. Nzinga swore revenge, Adama continued. "She cast a curse upon our worlds, causing the waters to recede and the land to dry up. The only way to break the curse is through a union of true love between a human and a mermaid." Kofi's heart raced. "Then we must prove our love is true," he declared. "Together, we can break this curse and restore balance to our worlds." News of Kofi's bond with Adama spread through the kingdom, meeting with mixed reactions. Some were fascinated by the tales of a mermaid, while others viewed her with suspicion. The king, fearing for his son's safety and the kingdom's future, forbade Kofi from seeing Adama. Determined to prove their love and break the curse, Kofi and Adama faced numerous challenges. Adama struggled to overcome her fear of humans, haunted by memories of Nzinga's cruelty. Kofi, meanwhile, sought to win his father's approval and the trust of his people. One stormy night, Kofi sneaked out of the palace to meet Adama at their cove. As they discussed their plans, A sudden chill filled the air. Nzinga appeared before them, her eyes burning with malice. "You think you can break my curse?" she sneered. "Love between land and sea is a foolish dream." Undeterred, Kofi and Adama stood their ground. "We will break your curse," Kofi declared, his voice steady. "Our love is stronger than your hatred." Nzinga laughed, her form dissolving into the mist. "We shall see," she said, her voice echoing ominously. The following weeks were fraught with challenges. Nzinga's dark magic caused tempests that threatened the kingdom's shores, while on land, crops continued to wither. Despite these hardships, Kofi and Adama's bond grew stronger. Adama began to explore the human world guided by Kofi. She marveled at the vibrant markets and lively festivals, her presence sparking curiosity and admiration. Gradually, the people of Noli warmed to her, captivated by her grace and kindness. Yet, King Tond remained unconvinced. "A union between a prince and a mermaid is unnatural," he insisted. "It will bring only more misfortune." In a bid to prove their love and the legitimacy of their quest, Kofi and Adama sought the counsel of Thier, a wise old sage living on the outskirts of the kingdom. Thier, who had foretold Nzinga's curse, provided them with a glimmer of hope. "The path to breaking the curse is fraught with peril," Thier warned. "But your love is pure. You must confront Nzinga and prove your strength and unity." With renewed determination, Kofi and Adama prepared for the final confrontation. On the eve of the full moon, when Nzinga's powers were at their peak, Kofi and Adama ventured to the witch's lair. Deep within a labyrinth of jagged rocks and swirling currents, they found Nzinga's hideout. Nzinga greeted them with a malevolent grin. "You've come to face your doom," she hissed. Undeterred, Kofi and Adama stood side by side, their hands entwined. "We come to end your curse," Kofi declared. A fierce battle ensued. Nzinga unleashed torrents of dark magic, but Kofi and Adama's love shielded them. Using their combined strengths, they outwitted Nzinga, trapping her within a circle of enchanted stones. In a final act of desperation, Nzinga struck Kofi with a bolt of dark energy. He fell, gravely injured. Adama, her heart breaking, revealed her true power as a mermaid. Her tears, filled with the magic of the sea, healed Kofi's wounds. With Nzinga defeated and their love proven true, the curse was broken. The waters returned and the land flourished once more. As the sun rose over Noli, the kingdom awoke to a transformed world. The fields were lush and green, the rivers flowed freely, and the sea teemed with life. The people rejoiced, their faith in the bond between land and sea restored. King Tond, witnessing his son's bravery and the depth of his love for Adama, finally relented. He welcomed Adama into the royal family, recognizing the strength and unity their union brought. In a grand ceremony, Kofi and Adama were married, their love uniting the kingdom of Noli and the merfolk. Their union brought an era of peace and prosperity, with humans and sea creatures living in harmony. And so, the tale of Prince Kofi and the mermaid Adama became a legend, a story passed down through generations, reminding all of the power of love and the magic that binds the worlds of land and sea.